That's twisted.
Welcome to the Twist with Mark and Rick. Always fun, always clicking the best way. Here to stay.
That's twisted.
Images of Josephine all over the place.
Stay tuned.
Accessible to people of all different
Yeah, you
levels.
know it's time to start. Tune in, let's play our part. Coming to you from the heart.
That's twisted.
Welcome to the Twist podcast, show number 317. This is Mark. And I understand it's really cold there. It's freezing here, Rick, in rural New Jersey. What you said it was really cold there too.
Yeah, it's in Wisconsin. It's less cold today, but yesterday it was certainly cold. You know what is that feel like temp, that wind chill, that makes all the difference. But we did get snow last night, and you probably hear my voice. It's my birthday weekend, by the way. My birthday is Monday, Martin Luther King Day, and every year on my birthday weekend, I lose my voice. Isn't that odd? It just hits me right then. It's a gift.
It's some kind of psychological thing, but happy birthday.
It could be. It could be something I just in my head, like, oh, it's my birthday. Well, thanks, Mark. 61. Big 6-1. Big 6.
One more, you got one more year until Social Security. Kenny in Brazil, who has been our friend for many, many years also. He and his husband, Carlos, have moved to Brazil. He just got his first Social Security check. So I want people to know that Social Security is your money no matter where you live. You can go live in, Ukraine if you want to. You're going to get your Social Security. So it's Medicare is not like that, of course. Obviously, you leave the United States, you forget about Medicare, but you will get your Social Security until they completely steal that blind. So we'll see.
Wow, that's cool. I'm happy for him. Yeah, that boy looks so young, doesn't he? I shouldn't call him a boy. He's not
Looks
a boy.
great.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't.
It's beautiful.
No, all things considered.
Hey,
But you thought he was
Hey,
younger
bro.
than me, right?
oh, for sure.
Yeah, no, he's a year older than you are.
Does he listen to our show?
I don't know. I don't know who does. I know
I'll have to see
Stanya
it.
does because she likes the videos, so we're going to keep doing it just for Stanya. Steve, of course, listens to it to
Well,
give
we
us
know
notes.
Charlie does.
Charlie, a bunch of people listen.
Charlie
to it.
does too. And what I love about Charlie is this time of year I always think of him because he takes full advantage of his gifts that he gets on his birthday. I'm gonna do the same. When I'm talking gifts, I'm talking about from loyalty programs. Like McDonald's will send me something, Dunkin' Donuts will send me something, Starbucks. Hey, man, he spreads it out all week. I get a free burger at a place here I've talked about in the show before called Nitty Gritty, where they have a birthday club. I'm gonna totally squeeze every moment out of my birthday thanks to Charlie, our listener.
Well, Charlie, you got
Tell me
mine
wow.
now, so send some this way. Now, got a bunch of stuff this week. It's restaurant week here, by the way. I don't know if it is. Do they do that there? Do they do restaurant week?
We do, and it's this week too. Why is it always in January? Yeah, that's weird.
Well, I think it must be national. I mean, they must be doing it everywhere, but we're going to 2 restaurants for restaurant week. I mean, one of them is high end. It's the Black Bass. We've been there many times. But I mean, for there, it's the low price of $55 for a prefix dinner.
Huh.
The other one's $35. I'm sure they've all gone up, so it'll be fun. Now, we're going to head into the show here. I want to give a big old applause to Wanda Sykes at the Golden Gloves. The Golden Globes. She, Gervais, of course, Ricky Gervais, who I have not a high opinion of, he wasn't there and he won. So she accepted the award on his behalf and thanked God and the trans community. So I really was happy about that. My tease for the day, or our tease for the day, is I did a bonus interview with Daniela Accitelli, who is a audiobook narrator who lives in London. She's an expat American. She's been there a long time.
Nice.
She's done 3 of my books. I'm good friends with Danielle. The first one was called Black Cat, White Paws, or Last Room at the Cliff's Edge. Anyways, it was 7 years ago. It was the first one that she did with me. And we have since become very good friends.
Crazy.
And then, of course, we have answers to your final question last week, which was what takes little effort but brings you much joy. We got a bunch of replies on that, so people got to wait till the very end of the show.
Hold on. Stay tuned.
Yeah, you got any teases here or anything like that before we hit the...
No, I mean Golden Globe stuff. I'll hit that in my. Well, let me just make a couple Golden Globe comments because I really like the award show. It was good. I'm a big heated rivalry person. Of course, they had the two leads of heated rivalry giving it out. I really thought it was interesting this year. They have Golden Globe ambassadors, which are sons of famous people. And this year, the youngest ambassador ever was EJ, who was born E. Jane, but now goes by EJ, the son of Beyonce and Jay-Z, and also Hudson Williams, the son of Snoop Dogg. He was on there. I thought Nikki did great. I loved all of her dresses, especially her first one. J-Lo, to me, was the best dressed. Podcast award for the first time went to Amy Poehler, who competed against Will Arnett, her husband. But I thought that was cool. It got
Your
it.
ex-husband. They're not married anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Not
Really?
still married. They got divorced a long time ago. I think I better look that up because I could get in big trouble there. But I'm sure they got divorced. You keep talking. I'm going to look it up.
Right. No, that's cool. Adolescence, big winner. The father, the son, the school teacher. They talked a lot about shout outs to therapists and mental health professionals. I thought the commentary was really fun this year. They had Kevin from Entertainment Tonight and another commentary, and it wasn't just like this is so award. They really commented, made us feel a bit. Timothy Chalamet winning, the youngest Best Actor winner at the SAG, Golden Globes, and Critics' Choice Award ever. He's just 30 years old. And then also I thought it was great, a shift in royalty. Back in the day when we would watch, it'd be like Richard, what's his name, and Elizabeth Taylor, right? Or Judy Garland, whatever. Now royalty is Clooney and Roberts. It's like so funny that George Clooney and Julia Roberts are like, the old royalty.
Cary Grant. I remember Cary Grant coming out in a wheelchair.
Yeah, that too. That's probably true. And then one last comment. I thought it was really subtle, but really nice. On the Golden Globes, they don't do a tribute to the lives we've lost, but at the very end, Nikki Glaser came out in a Spinal Tap hat in honor of.
Oh, nice.
I thought that was really a nice touch. Yeah, it was cute. So are they married or not? Big play.
Nope. They were married in 2003, separated in 2012, and got divorced in 2016. I think they got some children, though. They got 2 sons. And they are strong co-parents from what I'm reading. They're not enemies or anything like that. So that's really nice because we like them both. We like them both quite a bit. Now, on my personal front,
Will's recent movies sucked.
Go ahead.
Yes.
We got a little bit of a lag.
No, I was just gonna say Will Arnett's movies sucked. Yeah, that's
he's got a new movie out. He's got a movie out too now. He's got a new movie out too.
Not good. Yes, and I didn't like it.
I got to get your energy up here. I'll just take control here. On a personal front, I'm doing great. I'm writing like 4 or 5 hours a day. My book's out. I'm not going to plug it again. I've been asked by the Mystery Writers of American New York chapter, which I was on the board for 2 years. I'm not there anymore. To do a Zoom crime craft. It's a thing that they do for their members. And I was asked to come on and talk about self-publishing, which is great. And it's going to be a good way to promote my book. We're going to Ojai in 2 weeks, and there won't be a show. And then we go there for Ojai, California for 5 nights. And then we get on a ship and we go to Mexico for 6 nights. Now, I did say to Frank, I think our flight to California on the 30th is going to be fine, hopefully. I think coming back, we got to see what happens because there's going to be a government shutdown. And many of us think there should be because the Democrats, if they don't make some serious effort to confront the funding of ICE and Trump's personalized military, they're going to pay a price for it. They've got to do something. So I believe there will be another government shutdown. I don't know what's going to come of it, but it could affect our flight back on February 10th. So we got to stay away on that. And I mentioned Kenny getting Social Security. Dental issues. I had a mini dental crisis this week. This tooth, of course, people listening can't see it, but this tooth anchors a bridge. This is a bridge. I got a permanent bridge on the top. I got a partial on the top that comes out that I love because it's so easy to take care of and just pop in and out. I got that last year. Long story. I'm not going to go into it. The bottom one, there was an infection, maybe an abscess. Now they're like, if that tooth comes out, I gotta take the bridge out. So it's either I'm going in for a consultation next week with an endodontist. I don't even know how to say that, but it's either a root canal on this one for maybe $1,500, or I end up having to replace everything, which is going to be about $5,000 because I got a I got an estimate from the dentist. I'm not panicked about it. Life is life. And I have said I would be happy to not have any real teeth left at this point. I'm just over the tooth shit. I've spent a fortune on my damn teeth in the last 25 years. But it does lead me into the fun facts, which are about teeth. But we got to hear what's going on. You got a birthday. You got anything else new coming up here, Rick? You got a birthday.
Yeah, I have a birthday and I'm excited. And I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety, and that's probably what you're kind of my energy level, especially when you're not feeling well and coming off some attacks for the first time in my life politically, a lot of, accusations against something I was working on. It doesn't really matter. But my point is, a lot of mine manifests in my throat for some reason. Like you're talking about your teeth. Like as we get older, just so you know, our young viewers, you and listeners, your throat starts to not swallow as well. You're more fearful to swallow pills. Just like walking down the stairs, you're more trepidatious. The throat has a lot, the mucus drainage, the ears, and I get major anxiety around it. And so this is morbid, but like last week, I just wanted to cut my head off. I literally just wanted everything gone from here. I still want to be alive, but I just didn't want this anymore.
Here's your opportunity, because my sister Kathy in Ojai, she listens to every single show. She's a Chinese herbalist, a master at it. So just tell her, you just described a couple symptoms. Kathy, can you email me with some suggestions for Rick and his throat stuff? Because he will.
I'd love her to, because I'm using on the Western side, I'm using Flonase just so she understands. I'm trying my tubes, it's common stuff. So that responsible read next week when you get it from Kathy. Thank you, Kathy, because I think everyone kind of suffers it. And I don't want to cut my head off, Mark.
I don't want to cut my head. I want to cut some other people's heads off for damn sure.
Yeah, but not my head. No. Yeah. Couple other personal things before we get to the fun facts. I ordered new license plates. They came out January 1st in Wisconsin. We have a lot of states are doing it now. They're doing a black and white plate, and people are collecting them. I think maybe they're up to 30 or 40 states that have it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Just a very simple plate. I didn't go with that, though. I went with the butter yellow plate. Wisconsin used to have a yellow plate when I was younger. If you see films shot in Wisconsin in the 70s or that take place in the 70s, you'll see that yellow plate. I just wanted it for my car. My license is Lucky Cow because I won my car in a game show while I was carrying a little Lucky Cow. Yeah. And so I got my plate coming, and they still make plates in Wisconsin at the prisons. Do they do that in New Jersey and elsewhere? Or is that just a Wisconsin
I bet they do, but they don't advertise it. Like, people don't know that their plates are being made by prison labor.
Good point. I mean, we always knew it as kids because our parents would threaten us. Do you want to just have a career making plates? We'll go to jail. But I did read that indeed these new plates, they're like going to be like 3 months late because they're trying to deal with getting it all lined up at the prisons, and the prisoners get 86 cents an hour to do this work. That's fucked.
It is. It's also I read a lot of over the years analyses about how they got rid of slavery, but the one place where you can you can have basically slave labor is the prisons. So like, let's put all the black folks in the prisons, and then we'll just pay them 86 cents an hour.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you. Don't give me any money. Give me something to do. It's humiliating, and that's why they do it. Then lastly, I do want to say yesterday, Lindsay Wagner posted. Does that name ring a bell? The television world? Lindsay Wagner. Who is that, Mark?
She was the Bionic Woman.
She was. 50th anniversary of Bionic Woman yesterday. She shared a heartfelt message and celebrated the moment yesterday. It's hard to believe 50 years ago we were watching TV and shows like that, Now here's a fun fact that you probably didn't know. If you watched, anybody who watched the Bionic Woman, guess where she lived? Ojai. She lived in Ojai, California. Oh, she did?
On the show, she lived in Ojai.
That's cool. Right where Kathy lives.
That is a fun fact. I'll say hello to her. I do want to say
this. Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe she still lives there, not the character. Maybe the actor lives there too. But real shout out to Bruno Mars. He has a new song out called "I Just Might." It's wonderful. It was released on January 9th, and it will be part of his album, which is coming out February 27th, called "Romantic." You know me. As soon as someone releases something, I'm up at midnight listening to it. And this gets a twist. 2 thumbs up. Check it out. Bruno Mars. I Just Might.
I Just Might too. And when is the Super Bowl? Because I'm absolutely watching Bad Bunny. Do you know when that is?
I know, and he got sued. Did you see that lawsuit that came up?
No, I wasn't paying attention. For what?
Oh, some woman, some person said that she had lyrics that he uses in his songs, and
Oh
now he
yeah,
uses on
okay.
his shirts.
Yeah, that's a
and
lie. That's bullshit.
16, whatever.
Who
I
cares?
think it's Super Bowl when, where, and why. I don't know the why part, but Super Bowl 60 this year on February 8th, Mark.
Oh,
So there you go.
we got to record it because I have to see the half show. Just to
I'm
be
excited.
one of the millions of people who said you're not getting rid of Bad Bunny.
He's gonna be good.
Yeah, fun facts. It's about teeth.
It's about teeth.
About teeth, of course. Chopper. Is it choppers or chompers?
Choppers.
Either one.
I think they call them choppers.
Choppers.
Both.
Your teeth are the only part of your body that cannot heal themselves. Bones can mend, skin can regenerate, but once tooth enamel is damaged, it's gone for good, which is probably why I only have 8 teeth left. Tooth enamel is the hardest substance in the human body. I'm not surprised about that. It's even stronger than bone. Everyone's teeth are as unique as fingerprints. We knew that. Tooth shape, spacing, and alignment are so individual that dental records can identify us. I wrote after an ICE agent has killed us. Maybe that's going too far. But yeah, you know, everybody knows from watching forensic shows and stuff, they always ask for the dental records. You start forming teeth before you're born. That's creepy.
Wow.
That's like
creepy.
alien stuff. Sigourney Weaver stuff. Baby teeth begin developing in the womb, even though they don't show up for months or years. Here's one for you, because I know you like your snails. Snails have thousands of teeth. They're tiny. They're arranged like a ribbon-like tongue called a radula. Some species have over 20,000 microscopic teeth, making them the most toothiest than any mammal on Earth. And then finally, here's another one some people may know. Sharks never run out of teeth. Most sharks grow and shed teeth constantly. So every time a shark loses its teeth, when it's like biting down on a surfer, it just grows another one. That's my fun facts.
And this is why people wear shark teeth, because they're easy to get. It's like, do bunny tails or bunny feet, lucky rabbit feet, do they regenerate like that?
No, but I would rather have a shark's tooth because the bunny can't get their feet back. You know, that's like,
I wonder if those are really
foot.
Are rabbits' feet? I remember as a kid they were real, but do they still do them? But they're just fake now. They can't
I hope
really
they're
make a
fake
killing.
because that's horrible. Unless it's like, you know, a rabbit that a owl had got at first or something. I don't want to pour a little baby rabbit's foot, because we have rabbits all over the place out here. They're all over the yard. I love them. They're my friends.
They can't. They must make it. And they used to dye them. You know, we had purple ones and whatever. But no, interesting facts about teeth. I got a couple fun facts, Mark. These are short. They don't have a theme like yours, but I thought I'd just share a couple fun facts. I didn't know that John Mayer, you know, the singer.
Yeah.
Although he's never identified as gay, he and Andy Cohen are best friends. Now, they will argue that what's wrong with two platonic male best friends, but they travel together, they take trips together. They both have denied being in a romantic or sexual relationship. But did you know that there's a big bit of history out there that those two are boyfriends?
I had no idea, but we listened to he's got a really good Sirius XM music show, John Mayer.
Really?
Yeah, we listen to him in the car all the time.
I like his music. Yeah, and I'm not saying anything about it.
Well, it's not his. Well, it's all different kinds of music.
I really found it.
Host. You hear me? He's just the host. It's not his music.
Okay. I do.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool though. He curates it. Yeah. And also, I wanted to tell you that I'm making something. This is interesting with brown sugar. And have you ever wondered the difference between light brown sugar and dark brown sugar?
D'Angelo did light brown sugar, and the Rolling Stones did dark brown sugar.
This is not a music theme.
You tell me.
This is really about cooking sugar. Well, sometimes a recipe will just call for brown sugar, but sometimes they light or dark. So it used to be about the process of refining it into white sugar. They would stop at a certain level, giving it a light brown, or they'd stop at an earlier level, giving it a brown. Now what they do, they take all sugar from the sugar cane, refine it all the way to white sugar, and then they add molasses back in it to a color saturation. So it really is about that molassesy taste, especially when you caramelize it. But I just thought that was weird. Why would you go, be natural about the process? Stop. Why go all the way down and then put it back in? You know what I mean? That's just dumb.
It's wild.
Just dumb.
People do.
And then crazy. And then another fun fact: name the 3 schools that the Brady kids attended. Mark, do you know any of the 3?
Run it by me, because your vocal got just a little wobbly. 3 schools that the Brady kids went to?
That's okay. Yes, they went to 3 schools. One was an elementary, one was junior high, one was a high school. What were they?
Um, I have no idea. I mean, I really don't know.
Yeah, egads, and who cares? But I thought it was funny. Did any of you go to these schools? Clinton Elementary. That was way before President Clinton, but Clinton was the name for a school. Fillmore Junior High. I do remember they went to Fillmore. I think there was a Brady Bunch cheering thing that Marcia was involved in. And the high school's name was Westdale, not to be confused with Eastdale. So,
You think these are real? Are they real? Are they real schools?
No, I think it took place in California too, but probably not. I didn't get too much into it. I think they just named them that for that reason. And then one last thing, kind of personal page, kind of fun fact. My friend Elizabeth wrote me back the other day to a text, and emojis, we think the emojis on our screen. I love technology, and like I said a couple shows back, like our phones are more powerful than we think. We think they're just giving us standard emojis, and we know use the smiley face, the LOL, the pile of shit, the rose, whatever. But they can now predictively tell you what emojis you use with that particular friend. So she and I have a story about going and getting hot dogs at Costco. And so we once in a while send each other a hot dog emoji. Most people don't send them. They might send an eggplant, but not that. So whenever it comes up in her list, she gets the option of a hot dog as her first emoji of choice.
That's like a ring. That's like a ringtone, like having individual ringtones for people.
Yeah, it is. I want the eggplant for me. I want everybody to see the eggplant when they text me. Make me very happy.
I like that.
Kind of fun. Yeah, interesting.
All right, we got our survey results. Yeah, I'll have a new survey next week. This week, because we have it 1 week and then we read the results the next week. Survey results. What are your favorite rainy day activities? Curl up with a good book. We had 62%. That's kind of
good
me.
One.
Yeah, watch
like
TV
it.
or a movie, 37%.
Nice.
Cook or bake, 12%. Not a lot of people into cooking and being in the kitchen on a rainy day. And then we had other comments. So, and we had some. I liked it. One was, I do this all the time. Take a walk in the rain was 50%. And then I don't like rainy days was 0. So people, it's funny. I put these negative questions in there for the hell of it. And like nobody ever checks them. So maybe that's a good thing. And here are some comments. These are ones that people put in themselves. One was said, relax with my wife and a chance to read or write. What other writers are on this show? I don't have a wife, so it wasn't me. I thought there were more than that. Oh, here it goes. Depends on the day, but I clean. Another one said, sashiko mending.
What is that?
Sashiko, I have no idea. It's Sashiko mending. It says usually with music or an audiobook. Ride my horse. And something about ADHD. It got cut off.
I wonder
but
what
that
that
was
is.
Nice.
Well, I know one of our listeners does ride horses, so I got that one figured out. Probably our friend Cindy. The rider one you should know. That's probably someone that studies with you. I don't know.
It's not me.
Interesting. Do you know who they are when they send it, or do you not get
No,
that
because they're anonymous. They don't put their names. You don't have your names on there.
No, that's cool. Well, good job. Someone talking about you? Why are you pulling on your ear? Are you playing Bewitched? You're going like this.
Yeah, playing Bewitched. Oh, I thought that was we were going to do sound effects. That was the cue. I got my little earring in here. I've had it in for months now. I like it.
I like it.
I like it too. And I got a bunch of good. Go ahead. Go for
Carol
it.
Burnett do this too. Didn't Carol?
I know that was for her grandmother.
Carol Burnett did this too, right? Like
that was for her grandmother.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm surprised you didn't know that. It's okay. Anyways, so what do you have anything to add here before we hit the news?
How dare I say that? How dare
you
let's
say
hit
what?
the news.
What are you talking about? There's a lag here. I don't know if you know that, but there's a lag here.
It is. Okay. Hold on once. I didn't say how dare you say it. I say how dare I say I'm not a Carol Burnett fan, because we probably have a lot of fans that are Carol Burnett fans. But
no, but I mean, just the ear thing has been in the in the cultural memosphere, whatever the hell it is, for decades. Like everybody knows she did that for her grandmother. If you ever listen to an interview with her. Okay, we straightened it out now, and I bet you a bunch of our listeners didn't know, but now they do. I'm doing the good news thing.
I have an idea too. Okay, but real quick, why can't we have this delay in life? Like having it now because of the weather, but why can't our comments have a delay before we spit back an answer? Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, it'd be nice if I had a delay before I went off on Facebook. I just cannot help myself. And I'm not trying to help myself so much anymore. It's like 15 years. You know, Facebook's been around for a long, long damn time. Been in our lives forever. It feels like it, but I'm like, I'm just going to say what the hell I got to say. Because I know people unfollow me. I don't care. It's fine. I do the same too. There's a couple of people, I didn't want to unfriend them, but I don't want to hear what they have to say. So I just unfollowed them. Now, good news, because this is going to be a good news show. We're back. This is 2026, The Twist. We are back to lighter stuff, more encouraging, uplifting things. Mattel, this I loved. I loved this. Mattel just came out with an autistic Barbie. Did you see that? Really cool.
I did. That's so cool.
Devoted to diversity and inclusion, because DEI, baby, it's coming back. It has not been killed, and it's coming back. And stay woke, people. Stay woke. GLP-1 drugs may be needed forever. This was it was in the New York Times, and that was kind of like their subtitle. It's something about the hard truth about GLP-1 drugs. You may need them forever. And I'm like, so what? People take statins every day. We take all kinds of stuff every day. I got a cholesterol and a GERD medication that I take every day for the rest of my life. So if I end up taking a GLP-1 pill, because they're coming out in pills now, Wegovy's already got one out. Zepbound's coming out. Why? So what? I'm like, why is that a hard truth? You know, if it keeps you from gaining the 50 pounds back that you lost, great. Mar-a-Lago face, you know what that is. I read that that's not trending anymore. The people, ladies are getting tired of it. They're not interested in looking like a bored supermodel, which is what I call it. They're running on either that or they ran out of Botox. I don't know what it is, but Mar-a-Lago face is not a thing anymore. Spotify, this is good news. Spotify has confirmed that ICE recruitment ads are no longer running on the platform, which is great.
Good.
You know,
like college students were mad about that.
Yeah, the Twist has ads on it now on the audio version, not the YouTube version. But we got ads on it. And there better not be no ICE ads on this show.
No.
As part of the most ambitious animal welfare strategy in a generation, England will end the use of hen cages and pig farrowing crates. They're also going to ban trail hunting and puppy farming, thank goodness, and more by 2030. The pig crates really pisses me off because in Jersey, where I live, this is a number of years ago when Chris Christie was the governor, they had passed a bill to ban gestation crates for sows, and he vetoed it. I mean, it's horrible what they do to animals that we eat, you know. Avilo Airlines ceased deportation flights, which is great because who the hell wants to sit in a seat that, you know, had some abducted Latino in it a week ago. On January 1st, because of the Biden-era Inflation Reduction Act, which Trump is now taking credit for, the cost of some of the most expensive prescription drugs came down. 9 million seniors will save a total of $1.5 billion in out-of-pocket costs. Love that.
Wow.
I just got two more. For the first time, California's state senate is being led by a woman of color. Love it. DEI, baby, DEI. And then the Washington National Opera announced it is leaving the Kennedy Center, having been there since 1971. One thing that a little bit of this I also enjoyed, unless I'm misremembering, they recently renamed it the First Lady Melania Trump Opera Center, something like that. And the opera is getting the hell out. Good for them. That's my news.
Wow. Huh. I like that. I'm just making a note that you just reminded me of something I need to do. Okay, got it. I'm going to start with the good news story. This was a story about a Republican legislator who gave credit to his son and drag queens as he switched sides to becoming a Democrat. This happened last year, but I have been remiss in sharing it. Oregon State Representative Cyrus Javadi, he ran for re-election as a Democrat, and he cited it because of his son coming out as a gay man and his love and respect for drag queens. So that's kind of cool. I thought that was a nice, yes, and a good story. Wisconsin, another good story out of Wisconsin. Sexual extortation now is a felony in Wisconsin. which is great. Scammers almost always have the same goal to get people's personal information and money by scamming them and threatening them with, sexual pictures or whatever.
Mm.
So now if you're caught doing any of that, because, a lot of young kids are taking their lives because of this, they are being charged with a felon. So I thought that was really good.
Excellent.
Yeah, this is weird because 2 days ago, you may have heard, I'm sure you heard, that Trump sent out a letter based on Robert F. Kennedy Jr. saying we're going to take $2 billion away from all funding for
Yes, I
addiction.
saw
And
that.
then the very next day, the money came back. I asked a friend, I said, what that's about? My friend Sky works in harm reduction. She said, that's because he has Alzheimer's or because he's demented or something. But wasn't that something? And it sent shockwaves. People were terrified.
It was
for
horrible
24
because
hours.
these are the same people who are going like, we've got to invade Venezuela because they're sending all the drugs into this country, and you're gonna take away funding for drug addiction service. They're so fucking horrible. They're so horrible. And then like I said, I
so
keep
bad.
harping.
I will say though, the story I understand.
Oh, I was just going to say, I keep harping on the fact
Go
that
ahead.
they got rid of the American Sign Language interpreters, which really pisses me off because Trump thinks they're distracting and unattractive. I just can't let that go. It just
Oof.
really infuriates me that the blind people the deaf people in this country can't see a president. Not that they want, who the hell wants to see Trump, but I'm sure some of them support him. But they can't. And the administration's like, well, they've got closed captioning. Oh my God. Okay, go on.
No, and I didn't know that story. That's moving to me because we have sign interpreters at church, and even though there may not be someone in need, we still have them at a service, and I'd love to watch them.
Watch
it's
it,
beautiful to see. And
watch anything.
That's
out
sad.
of this
In Wisconsin,
there's no interpreters.
did not know that. I'll look at that. In Wisconsin, we're going through a similar thing. They signed in for their new session, Republicans, but because of the funding cuts to a nonprofit group called Wisconsin Eye, for the first, which is like our C-SPAN in Wisconsin, for the first time in 18 years, no one can watch what's happening in the room unless you're there. And all those things, guys, let's be real. This is all intended to target and to take us back to total control by a dictator. We know that's going on. I will say though that the new dietary guidance came out on January 7th under RFK's leadership. I don't know or not, but the guidelines I really like. For the first time, they said we need to limit highly processed food, such as those that are high in sugar and sodium. And they endorsed products that had once been discovered by many nutritionists, such as whole milk, butter, and red meat, were once discouraged. And, a lot of our diets have changed to that now because of the protein heavy stuff. So I thought it was a good move to kind of keep it up to speed. Beyonce is a billionaire, becoming the third female musician on Forbes' list. She is now on that billionaire list along with Taylor Swift, Rihanna, Bruce Springsteen, and her husband Jay-Z. So both she and Jay-Z have independent billionaire status.
I like it.
That is really fucking crazy. Isn't that?
Yes.
I like
I'm
it
nodding.
too. And then Matthew McConaughey, we talked about AI a lot. You probably saw this story. My mom shared it with me. He's trademarking his all right to stop unauthorized AU use. He is the first one to actually patent and trademark his voice so people can't use it. So, as we know, it's all part of a process, and that's kind of what's going on right now in the AI world. My news and done.
I like it. And there was something I was going to add that you were just giving me. Beyonce. What'd you say before Beyonce? There was something in there that anyways.
I have to look.
It's okay. Something popped into my head and then it popped right out. It's just gone, but it's okay. We don't need to waste time looking for it.
Yeah, I erase them after I speak. I erase them. So I have no history here. Okay.
Now, the interview, I already mentioned that at the top of the show. It is a Twist Podcast bonus interview because those are the longer ones that we do. Now, our last week, Steve was like, his interview was too long. I didn't think it was. Anything under 15 minutes we can put into the show. Danielle is 25. So, and we had a technical problem. I was not able to Zoom with her, so it's not on video. There's no video, but it is on YouTube because you can put, you don't have to have, you have to have a video file for YouTube, but you don't actually have to have video. So I worked around it. It's on YouTube. It's also at thetwistpodcast.com. And you can listen to me talking to Daniela about her life as an audiobook narrator and as an expat living in London. So check that out. Recommendations.
Check it out.
Very sad that we don't have Emma today, but I've got a good recommendation. And I'm adding these now to LGBT Senior website and also my Substack, which is On the Right Path with Mark McNease, W-R-I-T. Please subscribe. But thank you to all the new subscribers, by the way. I put out an email to LGBTCIR, Aljessa, and markmcnease.com, my author website. I've got like 2,000 subscribers. So I sent emails to them and said, dig my website. I dig my Substack. It's about writing and the writing life and all that kind of stuff, commentary. So I got a bunch of new subscribers. Thank you so much. My recommendation. Okay. There's an author who lives in this area. He lives somewhere around in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. His name is Chuck Wendig. He writes what I call literary horror. He's really, really good. And he's got a new book out. It's called The Staircase in the Woods. And anyways, here's what I said. I love this guy. He also wrote Black River Orchard, which was that's how I found him. He's really good. He's local. He's liberal, which I love. And he has a blog called terribleminds.com. And I read it all the time. It's really good. He reviews apples. And he also talks about the world we're living in, which is nuts, and about writing. So it's terribleminds.com. Check it out. Anyways, the book that I'm reading came out last April. So it's not a year old. The Staircase in the Woods. 5 high school friends are bonded by an oath to protect one another no matter what. Then, on a camping trip in the middle of the forest, they find something extraordinary, a mysterious staircase to nowhere, which is exactly the kind of stuff that I think of, right? 20 years later, the staircase is gone, but the group returns to find the lost boy and what lies beyond the Staircase in the Woods. Check it out. I'm reading it now. I love it. Chuck Wendig, W-E-N-D-I-G. Okay. That's my recommendation. You got to mute, dude. You're on mute. You got to unmute.
Now I'm pretending I'm on mute. Susie Hobson, one of our listeners, always sends me little things, and she introduced me to a guy named Saint Planthony. He's in Seattle. He actually has a store that features plants, but he gives a lot of fun things about plants, and he makes it in a really glorious way. As you know, I have a plant addiction. I can flip the camera around and show you, but they're sleeping right now with the snails and all their teeth. So everybody's at rest. But his name is Saint Planthony. You can find him on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. He's really funny. So shout out Saint Planthony. And also, coming up February 6th, coming out in theaters, and I can't wait, is Pilion, the movie with Alex Skarsgård. His dad just won the Golden Globe for acting.
Who's his
dad? And now
dad?
his movie's coming out where he's the cop. His dad's name is Stellan Skarsgård.
Okay.
It is in a little Swedish movie, that Scandinavian movie that came out. But this is going to be great. It's kind of creepy. If you haven't seen the trailer just got released a day ago. He's a cop, and he's a hot cop. We know what he looks like. And he plays these great roles, but he finds this kind of, just average kid that decides to buy into his BDSM stuff. And he goes home and meets the kid's family, and they're like, we don't like how you treat our son in this. And he says, well, I don't care if you don't like it. I mean, it's really good. It's going to be a good movie.
Wow. I still haven't seen Plain Clothes, which I want to see with Russell Tovey. That's really interesting. That's your recommendation?
I never saw that. That's my recommendation coming up. I haven't seen it, but I like to preview recommendations,
Absolutely. We're on the tip. We're just letting everybody know what's really going on out there that they should check out. Now you know what's next, Rick.
That bugs my ass.
Yes, let's hear it.
Okay, here's what's bugs my ass. And I don't think I'm going to get in trouble with anybody who listens to the show, but it's AI shaming. Like, I'm over it. I'm an author. I don't use AI to write my fiction because, first of all, I write fiction because I love to write. I'm not going to use AI to write my books, write my stories. But I use it for research. I use it for, to help me with outlining and stuff like that. And I use it for graphics. I use it for graphics for LGBT Senior because I need a lot of graphics. And it's just a stupid little graphic to go with an article about dentures. Who cares? But like the other day, I was on some gay book writer's website, whatever. A bunch of people who read books, and they're like, any book with an AI cover is off my list. I won't touch it. First of all, how do you know? How do you know the difference between an AI cover and what was being done 10 years ago by a graphic artist? There's, unless it's really crappy, it's hard to tell the difference. But secondly, I'm like, I'm just so over this shit, man. Stop trying to make everybody feel guilty for using AI. I've said this a million times. We have been using it for years. It used to be called Google. Self-checkout is AI. GPS is AI. We've been using AI forever. It's just got a lot better, and it's generative now. That's the big difference. It generates text, it generates graphics. I think it's a hell of a lot better for finding answers than Google. I don't waste my time on Google anymore. But I'm not going to be guilted. I'm sick of the AI shaming. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. But don't act like I'm selling my soul because I do. So that's my bugs my ass.
That bugs my
It's gonna be
ass.
fun because Mark and I are going to be teaching some AI practices in my content creation class this year. And you're going to find it very interesting, Mark, because it seems to be a generational thing that either youngsters are embracing it and then the old people are hating it, or sometimes I see the old folks are embracing it and the youngsters are hating on it for different reasons, So it'll be I'm glad you're going to be joining me in class. It's going to be a really nice discussion. I'm glad you brought it up because I had one friend this week who was AI shamed because she was putting in a grant, and she's done grant writing for 30 years, Mark. And the proposal, the RFP, never stated how many words it had to be. So when she went to put it in, it popped up, said this can only be 450 words. But it never told her that. And she was on deadline. So she quickly ran it through AI, condensed it, did a quick read, and sent it in. Well, some motherfucker pointed out one little thing that is not true to my friend's heart or spirit of the work she's been doing for 30 years, because she came out and admitted what she did with AI, and they shamed the fuck out of her. It's like, how about 30 years of work and she made a mistake that she's owning? And then I saw this week too, someone was shaming, I don't know. I see it all the time, and I don't want to be shamed for using it. I agree with you.
I'm not going to be. Let's continue the conversation just a little bit, because I have said many times, I'm a one-person production crew. If these people who don't want me using this for a book cover, of course I've only done one book cover with AI, and I happen to love it. I think it's a really great book cover. But you need to pay me. Like, you need to give me the money to hire a graphic artist. You need to give me the money to hire an editor. I don't have money for any of this shit. And I'm not going to stop being creative because I'm not supposed to make use of these tools. That's not going to happen. And then Daniela, if you listen to her interview, she's an audiobook narrator, and audiobook narrators are justifiably worried about AI because virtual voice, synthetic voices now can put them out of work. But what she did say that she really liked about it was that she had an illness. I can't remember exactly. She had some kind of serious illness, and she said Chat GPT saved her life, because that's
Wow.
where she found out how to go about treating this medical issue. So again, last comment on this. I'm using it. You don't want to use it, I don't care. But don't think I'm going to feel guilty for doing it. I'm not.
In my final word on that, remember when we used to have this segment called Final Word? But my final word on is that one of the things the kids talk about, and you'll see in class too, again, as we're getting farther into AI use, the kids are more open to it, or the students, but is the fact that people need to remember that, we didn't put a graphic artist out from designing a book cover. We're really using this to create the book art, but there are so many people working in AI right now. It's just a career shift. I have so many friends that are working in AI, from simple things like reading responses, making sure that the hallucinations go away, or friends that are artists that are feeding it certain things. So it's not just grabbing what's out there, which it originally started with. There are people being hired now to make it stronger and better. And it's just a shift in where we're at. So I get it. Speaking of which, my bugs my ass.
Wait, you want to hear
relates to, yes.
That bugs my ass.
That's our favorite sound.
Is when people just use it too much and don't modify it. So let me give you an example. I'm going today to, just because of my cold, At 3:30 with Emma, we are going, she texted me this morning to do an IV, right? Like people do IVs. It's a $99 special. Her friend told her we're suffering from a cold. It's not going to probably fix all this, but it's going to make us feel better, right? And so we're going. But then intuitively, you get the text saying, fill out this survey, fill this out, fill this out. All these freaking questions. I'm just going to get pumped with some energy. And they want to know about my family history and this like that. Because AI can pull all that. So we still need good people to get out there and edit the AI so we're not overwhelmed every time you go to a doctor or go see a therapist. You have to answer thousands of questions, So I think it's all about governance. It's all about finding its way. But I'd rather have it than not have it, Mark. And I know you feel that way too. So
I
that's
do
how
have
we
one.
stand.
I got
Yeah.
one last thing, because those of you who are listening who actually do use AI for text content, I found out that, and if you read it, it loves the M dash. If you know what an M dash is, it's a dash, like you just have a sentence and then you have it like a dash between words, and AI for some reason uses a lot of M dashes. So somebody had written, one of the AI haters was saying that he can always tell it's AI because of the M dashes. And I'm like, I've been using M dashes for years as a writer. I like M dashes.
Me too.
But
Me
because
too.
he said that, I've been taking out the M dashes. So they don't know.
It's a fun journey, and I'm glad we're having the journey at this age.
Thanks for
I
the
really
hint.
am.
We got our wisdom of Joe. I think that's
Speaking
where
of
we're at.
age.
I love her stuff. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Build a life that feels honest to you, even if it looks unfinished to others. Joy leaves clues. Follow the ones that last. A fulfilling life is made of presence, not productivity.
For some reason, it's always the third one resonates the most with me, because being present in your life is so much more important than like all the stuff I do every day. It's like, oh, it makes me feel productive, and I somehow need that to feel like there's a reason to get up in the morning. But being present, I think, is much more important. But you can also be present with your creativity, right? You can be present with
Yeah,
what you're doing.
you can. You can be in partnership with it, but I agree. I just love her words of wisdom for sure.
We got our final question. This was yours. I hope I got mine here, because this week it's me. Let me make sure I got
We
it.
need a new one.
Oh, yes, yes. Here we go. Okay. Your final question was, what is something that takes little effort but brings much joy? Do you want me to read the answers? I'm going to.
Yes. Yep.
This was me. I answered my own stuff. Writing, and it has since the age of 10. You could say it takes a lot of effort, but even writing a page makes me happy. I'm working on a novel, and I'm telling you, if I get one good page, my whole day is made. So writing takes a lot of effort, but it also takes a little bit of effort. It just takes letting go and getting into that zone. So that's for me. Somebody said simply going for a walk, staying in the moment, and focusing on what's around me. That was Brad. You remember Brad?
I
He's
like
living
Brad.
he's
Yeah.
living in Spain with his husband Maurice.
I
Um,
see.
Kevin said it's got to be my morning walk since retiring. I get up every morning before sunrise, put in earbuds, and head out the door and walk around the neighborhood. I watch for the sun to come out, and when it does, I stop and acknowledge it and cannot help but sing, "Here comes the sun." Do, 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 do. That's from Kevin. I got one more from Tracy. Stepping outside for a few quiet minutes. No phone, just air, light, and noticing something ordinary that you usually rush past. So nice,
I
nice
like that one.
responses. Yeah.
They are. And, just remember those things. My yogi, I think I may have shared on the show, Yogi Amy, always talks about starting the day by going outside, taking in the sun, feeling the air, and then ending the day by going out and looking at the moon. Like, let everything go. So it mirrors what our person said there, our listener. I'm gonna give a quote because I like to end with yours, but I did have a good
No, I got
quote
a
that I
question.
heard on the
Wait,
Golden
wait,
Globes.
Rick. We got a
Oh
question.
shit.
And
And
by
I
the
was
way,
following the sheet, Mark. I was following it.
no, come on, you're missing. Anyways, I
What?
love the name Yogi Amy. I just love that. I'm going to use it. in one of my
Yeah,
stories.
you would love a Yogi. You would love Yogi Amy. She's great.
Yes, the question, because we got to have a question every week. The question is, what is something you wish you'd done but didn't? Now, I qualified this. Does not mean regrets, because I'm not into regrets. But things like I wish I had stuck with my French lessons, which I do. I really do. Jodie Foster's got a new movie out where it's all in French because she's been fluent in French for her whole life.
Oh,
Or I
cool.
wish I'd studied acting. I mean, I took like 2 classes with Sal. So it's not about regrets and sadness. It's about, what do I wish I'd done that I hadn't done? So that's the question this week. And I will put it up on the Facebook page and everywhere else that we are.
Yeah, I like it. So my quote comes from Chloe Zhao, who they won Best Picture for the Golden Globes. Spielberg directed it, and he said there's nobody that could have directed it except for Chloe. And she got up and said that she had been talking to Paul Mescal, I think that morning, who plays Shakespeare in the movie. And she shared a sentiment from him, her lead actor, that talked about the most important part of being an artist. And here's what he said that she repeated. Learning to be vulnerable enough to allow ourselves to be seen for who we are and not who we ought to be is the key to acting. And like, we want to be able to be so raw as artists that we are vulnerable enough to let ourselves be who we are and not who we ought to be. So others perceiving us, interacting with us, listening to us, watching our performances can also feel safe doing that in their own authentic lives. I love that. Thank you, Paul. And thank you, Chloe.
I got my 2 quickies.
Chloe.
One says, do one thing every day that scares you. That's from Eleanor Roosevelt. And I don't think she meant like frightens you, but something that challenges you. One thing every day. And then my second one is from the great Maya Angelou. She said, you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them.
Oh, nice.
I love that. Love that. Great show, everybody. We got one more before I am away for 2 weeks, and I'm not looking back. So you'll have to listen to the archives. If they start jonesing,
Yeah,
like
I
they
have
start
a feeling
some
we'll do
kind of
one more show,
withdrawal.
then maybe we're gonna have to take 2 weeks because I'm traveling then too. We're both taking on the world, Mark. So
We're gonna take notes though, and we're gonna like do a show all about it.
Oh yeah, a recap.
Bye, everybody.
All right, guys. See ya.
That's twisted.
Welcome to the twist with Mark and Rick. Always fun, always clicking the best way. Here to stay.
That's twisted.
Images of Josephine all over the place.
Stay tuned.
Accessible to people of all different
Yeah, you
levels.
know it's time to start. Tune in, let's play our part. Coming to you from the heart. Entertainment.
That's twisted.